ひどく汚れた足の裏怪我してるのか少し痛いけどどれが僕の血なのか
Okay, bye-bye.
Nagbabay ko siya ako. Babay na ako. Anak kayo feel sa lubricam na. Nagbuo ako. Sige. Sino tatay mo?
Si Budete!
The most memorable experience in my 300-hour internship would be working with various people from across the Philippines, given that we have different backgrounds. My co-interns, they were from Ilocos region and the other from northern part of Mindanao. I didn't expect that I would be able to interact and mingle with such people. Despite having different backgrounds, we were able to work together and create outputs that were outstanding in my opinion, and I think it was also the outputs that we were able to accomplish and give to the MNH department would be something they would be able to use in the future, especially that they are nearing their anniversary this September. Some skills that a skill that I would say that was something unexpected would be being able to culture macrofungi and also being able to collect those macrofungi from Mount Makiling, given the fact that our scope is mostly with microorganisms such as bacteria, and I wouldn't expect for myself to be able to handle those kinds of microorganisms such as fungi. So the experience was actually exhilarating for me or something like that. I would also say it was kind of unique given the fact that there are different types of skills that you need to, or like skills that you need to learn in order for you to be able to successfully collect and inoculate and also reproduce those kinds of organisms in the in vitro setting. I would say it did not actually influence, but rather, I mean, it kind of influenced, but it's not that major because what I have been doing in the MNH department, as mentioned by our supervisor, isn't really related to to my field of work in the future, which I am actually or wanting to become a doctor. So what we did, culturing fungi, is not that related to being a medical doctor. So the time that I have with the mycological herbarium, I think it just expanded my knowledge, and also it also helped me learn patience in a sense, given that there are different kinds of tasks that we need to accomplish throughout our internship, and also in culturing those kinds of macrofungi that we were able to collect in the wild. We had to subculture it multiple times. So the virtue of patience that I was able to learn during the internship would be, I think, kind of connected to my field in the future.
For me, it was when we were able to observe and handle the different fungal cultures or fungi cultures, fungal isolates. Even though it's not really related sa micro and it's more on the micro side, it was a different experience per se, since it was the first time that we were able to see different fungal species and those of varying colors, especially since yung lab works namin is dependent or usually nag-rotate lang sa same ng mga gawa, and so having the experience or the opportunity to work on those cultures was fun. For me, it was when we were taught by Sir Liu on a different streaking technique, since the technique or the pattern that we were taught to was different from what we were doing in school. And even then when we started, since tinanong kami ni Sir Liu if ano yung gusto namin matutunan in particular, which then we replied na streaking, tapos yung way of streaking namin is kind of different pala sa siguro gawin nila dito, so yun yung streaking technique. I'm not sure if it has heavily influenced the path that I was thinking of, since until now I'm still considering to become a doctor, so I want to go to med school and not directly pursue microbiology, but I think after the experience I want to try and take the board exam for microbiology, hopefully, since alam ko mahirap siya, pero sabi naman ni Sir Liz, kaya na. Yun lang.
The most memorable experience for me was during the first day, because we kinda expected that we won't be doing much, but during that day we were able to do lab work immediately and even do some prep work for a project that was going to be conducted inside the laboratory, so that was a memorable one. So I learned that microbiology is not limited to lab work. There are documents and other necessary preparations done to ensure the smooth flow of work, since there should be minimal mistakes inside the laboratory. I still want to continue on being a medical doctor, but because of this internship, it made me realize that I actually want to take the board exams for registered microbiologist because of the knowledge that was shared by our supervisor, Sir Lou, and I actually take interest in seeing the different kinds of lab work done during. I appreciate the different kinds of lab works that I see and that we have done during this whole internship.
So the most memorable experience that I had during my 300-hour internship was when we went to Mount Makiling, to collect macrofungi, and as it was my first time experiencing fieldwork involving fungi. So I cannot say that I learned an entirely new skill, rather my existing lab techniques were improved. And in terms of knowledge, I learned that after culturing or subculturing fungal sample, the plate should not be tilted because it might spread spores or it could lead to contamination or mixed culture.
So my internship experience might influence my future career plan since I'm planning to become a medical doctor. And if I decide to pursue the licensure exam for registered microbiologist, well, this experience could really help to expand my knowledge.
So the most memorable experience for me would be when we were culturing molds. So there was this mold that was color purple, and it was memorable for me because it looked like ube ensaymada. And it was a great experience. And aside from that, another memorable experience would be the Mount Makiling hike with the other myco interns, where they were observing and collecting fungal samples. I think it would be when we used the pressure cooker for autoclaving and the microwave for media preparation, because it was different from what I was used to. Plus, it was unexpected as well because I expected UPLB to have the same equipments from what we have in school. Not that I am disappointed or anything, but it was a fun experience to learn those things. And aside from that, being able also to learn how to culture molds, especially the agar block method, where we cultured where you cut the samples into cubes and include the agar. I did not expect that there was a method like that, so yes. I've always wanted to be a medical practitioner, and with my internship experience, it leans more on the microbiology side, of course, and I guess it kind of broadened my knowledge on microorganisms, especially that the microbes we handled can be pathogens, which are sources of infections and diseases, and I guess it kind of influenced me to take microbiology seriously, as the things I learn here may help me in my future career path.
I think my most memorable experience during my internship would be the people I have worked with. Sir Nick, Sir Mac, Sir Flor, the interns from MMSU and Northwestern Institute, all the student assistants, and the staff that I have come across are the ones I will remember the most. They were the ones who made this internship special and unforgettable through their guidance, teaching, laughter, and warm welcomes. The bond I had with these people is the one that I will cherish the most, and because we never know if we will see each other again. So to everyone at MNH, you have my deepest gratitude and best of luck to your future endeavors.
to learn so much about fungi, how to culture them, how to collect them, and identify some. I'm so glad that I learned how to culture fungi that is from an environmental sample. It was something I hadn't experienced back at my college, so it was a first for me. I found the process interesting and fun, especially with my co-interns. And to add to that, I also did not expect that you can wait lang, ikat. I also did not expect to learn that you can sterilize and decontaminate with a pressure cooker and that the process would be finished quickly. Before, I thought that when you say biology, it refers to life like plants and animals. Because of my internship at the Mycological Herbarium, I realized that biology really is a broad field. Even in mycology alone, the fungal world is extensive and there's a lot that still needs to be discovered and studied. It makes me look at biology at a whole new outlook on the field. So in line with my future career plans, I believe the discipline and patience I have acquired during my internship will greatly help me at medical school.
Wag na muna nating pag-usapan. Sandali, hintayin na lang kinabukasan. Wag ngayon at di ko yata kakayanin. Wag ngayon. At alam ko na ang iyong sasabihin.